Hi, everybody. Welcome to Lights On at 3 with 16500. Today we have dynamic lighting. And you guys, hang on one second. I'm really sorry. Okay, I'm okay. We have Clay with 16500, the head of our ArchEntertainment and solution sales specialist, here to talk about Chauvet's Colorado family of IP60 rated battens and pars, superior color and superior quality. So Clay, take it away. Let me know when you need me to change slides. Okay, babe?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi everybody. Like Celine said, I'm Clay and I'm in charge of our ArchEntertainment department. So I do all of the color at 16500. And one of our biggest partners and, our success has been due to our collaboration with Chauvet. And as you see on screen, like we have the Chauvet professionals, just most of the stuff we also have available, all of the brands that they represent, which is Trussing, Campsys Consoles, Chauvet Professional, which is most of our stuff, DJ KinoFlow, which is for the live film industry, and then Illuminarc, which is their more architectural kind of brand. So specifically something from Chauvet Professional right now, which is the Colorado family. You can change slides, Celine. Starting with our Chauvet had for years and years and years been building one of the best color engines on the market, but did not necessarily have the fixture to back it up. So it was going in, if anybody was in the entertainment industry, 10 years ago, Colorado is a name that I guarantee you've run into, but they used to be very big, very heavy, very bright batten lights. We still have those, but we don't use them as much because we have smaller par replacements like the Colorado. Anybody that dealt with a par 52, par 64, any of those in their theatrical or entertainment world knows how much of a pain in the butt it is to put 18 up for 18 different colors. So having the versatility of a Colorado is really, really handy for the theatrical space. The big feature with Colorado 2 is their zooming pars. So you can go from a tight little 5-degree beam, even smaller on some of the models, all the way up to 30 to 50, depending on which spec that you grab. So instead of hanging 6 or 7 lights in your MPR, you can hang 1 light per zone and do everything that you need. And then you have things like the Colorado Solos and the Colorado color dashes, which are their batten fixtures. But you're looking at right now, basically the breadth of the Colorado family, it's going to be the Solos, which are the small pars, and then the color dash family, which is those battens. But again, like I said, they're zoomable RGBW fixtures, and they also have that nice clean front element, which is not the pixelated different color LEDs. They're all quad chips, and even the Colorado Solos are a single element, so the face of the fixture is just a single color. You don't even have the multiple chips. We do have options like that also they're just for higher output. So you can go to the next slide, Celine. So this is where it started. It was the Colorado 3. It was just called the Colorado, the Quad Zoom. So this is going to be the powerhouse of the Colorado 3 line. It's the brightest and largest of their fixtures. Incredibly high performance. You can pull almost 16,000 lumens in color out of this thing. Native DMX 5-pin and 3-pin, but also they're going to be moving to an SACN situation. I'm not sure how much lighting networking people are doing in our market, but when I build a system, I try to keep every cable the same. Well, being able to run Ethernet between your lights instead of having to buy DMX 5-pin really helps on the side of getting contractors in there and easily terminating these fixtures. We see a lot of our biggest hurdle in getting these fixtures into spaces is teaching ECs how to terminate new connectors, how to get into XLR5F, how to get into XLR3F, and get those wired. And it requires soldering on site sometimes. That's not necessarily something our ECs want to do. But Celine just brought up the whole breadth of the Colorado PAR family. As you notice, there's 2 kind of different faces on those. The Solos are going to be the ones with the single kind of color on the front, and then the quads are going to be the ones that have the quad chips in there. They all perform basically the same. And what the greatest part about this is the expandability of your system. So not necessarily when you're working at a smaller scale, obviously if you're going, for the Orpheum Theater or Golden Gate Theater, we're going to sell a lot of these. But if you're going for an MPR, they might want to do it in phases. So bringing out, 10 pars, 11 pars maybe for some zones, and then later down the road you want to add some on your project. The greatest part about the Colorado family is that they're all color matched across of their family and across all different iterations. So the one thing that Chauvet guarantees is no matter what features change in the fixtures as they go forward, whether that be firmware or physical updates, they will always have the same color package. So you can replace them one-to-one, add them one-to-one. You're not going to need to reprogram anything. They're all going to be the same personalities and profiles. So it makes, implementing this a lot easier, especially when it's a drama teacher running your space, not necessarily a theatrical professional that knows DMX a little bit better. But if we can move on, we're going to talk about just the other side of it. Oh, here's an example of a space with some great color. And you'll notice because of that RGBW engine, the pastels that come out of this, which is something that a lot of fixtures struggle to do, are absolutely beautiful, and they're absolutely intense. That's the thing that these fixtures really, really push out, is their color is way more vibrant just because of the power of those LEDs behind it. The other thing that I'll mention is these are actually great to service, and also interior and exterior. There is no interior version of a Colorado Solo or a Colorado Quad. They're all IP66 rated. But the thing that makes them a lot kind of more easier to handle is that they're all cast magnesium bodies instead of cast aluminum. So they're about half the weight of a fixture of the equivalent size. Now, if you want to get into a little bit lower end, but with the same color quality, we do have color dash. So these are the only difference in these fixtures is they're still IP rated, but they do not have that zoom feature in them, which is a mechanical zoom. So these are going to be a little bit lower profile, but you're still going to have that same punchy output. But these are going to be also at a much smaller price point, so that we can get these into an MPR or a smaller little space, or if it's just a lobby that needs some uplights, these are a lot easier to get in there because you're not going to need to zoom that. And then getting into anybody that needs to do something very configurable but very easy, especially like an MPR or a smaller theater, a studio theater, color dash par bar means that you're actually just putting one element up. You have 4 fixtures that are individually addressable on there, and it's very, very easy. 2 hanging points, and you have 8 fixtures. They're very easy to focus, very easy to teach kids on, and 18,000 lumens of output across the entire fixture. But it also comes with all of your filters and all of your barn doors that you need to set that up any way that you want. Also, you'll notice on all of these fixtures, it does say RDM enabled. That is a industry standard now that I think of some manufacturers are taking a little time to get to, but that allows for troubleshooting while the fixture's in the air too. So instead of having to climb up a ladder and figure out if something's going wrong or why a fixture's not responding, instead of having to get to the physical fixture, I can just from the console read it. And then, yeah, this is the Color Dash bar family. You'll see, this is Colorado and Color Dash battens. So on the left there, the 3, those are the Colorado Solo battens. So those are going to be the highest end and the punchiest and also the most visually appealing because of the continuous lens. But then if you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, on the right there is the Colorado Solo or the Color Dash battens, which are going to be just that same single element rather than a continuous lens. But the combination of the two allows for some really good layers of light and especially overlapping color. Stuff matches really well. And again, because all of your fixtures are going to have the same color package, whether it be batten, Parkan, and I can say any LED moving head that Chauvet does make, everything's going to play seamlessly. When you put it in blue, it's going to be the same blue across all of the fixtures, just at different intensities and different qualities. Yeah, but that's basically the Chauvet Colorado line, and I'm just wondering if anybody has any questions on that. I'm happy to nerd out, get a little bit more technical if we need to.
Well, I want to say thank you very much to Clay. You were a wonderful speaker. Thank you.
Thank you. Being a nerd helps sometimes, but obviously reach out to us if you guys ever have any questions about theatrical stuff. I'm the guy. You can, everybody at our company knows when we ask DMX, they find me. So I'm happy to nerd out anytime.
He's a good nerd. Thank you, Clay, very much. Thank you very much. Great. Well, we're very excited for our second presenter. Our second presenter is Kevin Krohner, with a CEO of EOS Lighting. Kevin's going to be discussing their dynamic lighting system panel and also their dim-to-warm basic LightPaper, which is just amazing. So he's ready to go. Take it away, baby.
How you all doing? Thank you so much for having me. It's a little late here, so I'm just going to show you. I have our general product line catalog or presentation here. I'm going to flip through here. I'm going to focus on some points for the dynamic, which is where we take our. Let me get into the meat of the products itself, actually, and then I'll go into the dynamic and then the dim-to-warm LightPaper. So. The heart of our product line is our light panels, which is an edge-lit panel where we take an optical grade of acrylic, we etch it with the pattern, we lay our LEDs along the perimeter. The pattern is, we call it light whip technology, picks up the light, carries it across the plane, turns the whole sheet of acrylic into a beautiful, stunning sheet of light. Then we have the ability to change our LEDs at different color temperatures and also different effects, RGB, RGBW, color tuning, as well as dynamic, which is actually our pixel LED. So some of our projects, I'm just going to flip through here real fast because I know that we don't have a lot of time and it's 6:12 here. So anyway, this is our light panel backlighting, a series of laminated glass and a multi-family residential. We supply all the coast roads globally. We backlight a lot of metal. This is our project where we're backlighting stone. This is our project we did at the New York Stock Exchange where we took this beautiful stained glass ceiling and the designer got a hold of our light panel. This is the rendering that she created, and this was one of the official shots from the Stock Exchange. We're in the metro system, we're in the Porsche Design Tower, and we do a lot of work in hospitality. This is where we have our color light panel system, which is RGB, RGBW. Here we are, same thing where we're backlighting this is Avenite, where we were working with Avenite and we were illuminating a bar for Ruby Tuesdays. This was a concept that they had. This is at Caesars in Vegas at Hell's Kitchen where we are backlighting this is a tunable panel right here that we're backlighting the faux stone. We do custom shapes. There we are at down in Los Angeles at the Wilshire Grand. This is our curved light panel system, which is also, this is from the Chase Sapphire Reserve Lounge at LaGuardia. This was actually the most highly reviewed club lounge of any airport in the country after it came out, and this picture was on all over their social media. Architectural millwork. Here's a W San Francisco where we're in all the elevator lobbies. Four Seasons in Boston, that's the elevator lobby. This is also in San Fran. Outdoor panels, we do a lot of work. This is just really gorgeous stuff here. This is where we work with Kaiser to be able to they did some printing on a Duratrans, and we helped them create this effect for a fake window looking out at a park. Skylights. This is also in San Francisco. This is in the South Beach area right by the stadium. This was at the Hotel Via in the basement. And
Kevin,
then
Kevin,
yes.
so that wasn't a window?
This one is not a window.
Gorgeous.
No, it's not. No, it's not. We printed that on Duratrans and we delivered this. And so we do a ton of work with Kaiser. We are right now we do a lot of these faux windows for them, and then they put them all over their hospitals. So right now we're in the middle of a project right now with it, with another version of this. We've been in their design center for years now. We do the faux skylights as well. And then this is Hotel Via. And then Lululemon is one of our clients as well. And then here we are. So this is the dynamic panel system that we're talking about, where we take our light panel and we use a pixel LED where every 2.5 inches is a series of 6 LEDs, and that's one DMX address. So we could create a beautiful aesthetic. We did this with you folks there at 16500. This is the Niantic project in the cafe. And so here we have a nice, kaleidoscope type of effect, through the light panel. And we have similar project going on right now with Procter & Gamble, where we're putting this into their corporate headquarters in Cincinnati. And so they actually they bought like 15 panels that are 10 feet by 4 feet, and they're creating a whole wall. They're going to have a crazy chase sequence going throughout the entire wall. Really, really stunning. And then LightPaper. So LightPaper is our flexible product. Of course, the one slide deleted was a warm dim. But the one thing about us with our LightPaper products is, number one, like we cut everything to shape at our factory. I'd much rather do that than have our clients do it in the field or have the ECs do it in the field. So we always give drawings like this, which actually show how it's going to be cut, and that's built into our service. Just gonna flip through some of the different versions. Here we have we have different versions of the product. We have one that's diffused, it's got a lens on top that actually allows us to be able to have a shallower setback. We can get about 3/4 of an inch setback with that. Our tunable and basic tunable, these are all 1-inch cuttable. So we get about a 1-inch setback. And then we have RGB, RGBW, actually a new form factor than that one. Here's an example with the diffuse, right? This is Starbucks in Las Vegas, the Palazzo. This is Delta Airline. This is at SeaTac Sky Club. This is in Washington, D.C. This is a tunable version. This is at the Hilton in Washington, D.C. on the mall. And this is a RGB version. And this is the Ocean Casino in Atlantic City. And then here we are at TD Bank at One Vanderbilt here in New York City. So how are we doing on time, Celine?
Baby, you've got plenty of time.
Yay! I love that. I love that because I'm a talker. I don't know if you all can tell, but I'm a talker.
No, but you're going really fast.
So well, a couple other. I had a few coffees. So a couple other products I'm going to share is our cloud. We do a ton of work with our cloud, which it's a surface mount. It could also be hung by a suspension, but this is a product that we do a lot of work with this. This is a great job. This is on the trading floor of the New York Stock Exchange, where they removed color kinetics fixtures and they put ours in there. And so these are tunable white. And so they tried to set up a circadian rhythm, but they couldn't put it for like a low color temperature. So they just left everything at like 4,000. This is an outdoor version of it. This is in Tucson, Arizona. This is beautiful. This is a multifamily residential where we use the outdoor version of this product to create these faux skylights. So they had it in the pool area. Came out really amazing. Here's a dynamic. We can do this also in dynamic as well. And then we also have sky luminaires where we can make the faux skylights. So then we have our deco. This is a little bit older slide here, but we do a ton of work with metals. And you're going to be seeing more of that coming out from us. I just learned I'd much rather be a lighting company going into the metals business than a metals company trying to go in the lighting business. So these are some of our designs. We have about 250 different designs, and we can also do custom designs. I got a beautiful slide coming up where we did this custom design. This is for a client in San Diego, an elevator. And this is what it's going to look. This is what it looks like, and that's what it's going to look like. This was so. This is our product. We had they wanted a particular finish, so we worked with them to get the finish. We got a sample for them. They selected the sample, which was a 12-inch by 12-inch sample, and then we built this system using our deco system, and it really, really, really come out amazing. I'm really excited about this one. We have different colors that are our own that we already have that everybody has samples of, at least all our reps do. We have the Aura, which is a complete turnkey solution with an edge-to-edge glowing surface. So here's an Aura RGBW. Then we have it also with Dynamic as well, which is a lot of fun. We do a ton of work with this. Here we also have the Aura Stone, where we actually have a ton of faux stone textures, right? So the whole idea here is that we do a lot of work backlighting stone, and a lot of times people are looking to not kill the budget with stone, so we have the ability to provide fake stone, and fake stone is really great. We do a ton of work with it. We've got some really wonderful projects on our website, and then we also integrate the metal to give us another like seamless type of metal solution. And that is that. 83 slides in 7 minutes.
I think that was a record.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, I'm really glad I was able to get through a lot of that with you all pretty quickly. Do you have any questions at all?
Anybody have any questions? Okay, I don't see anything in the chat. Well, we want to, first of all, I want to thank you, Kevin, very much. I know this was, it's late where you're at. We appreciate it. And I know that you're waiting on dinner with your kids. So now you
Oh,
may go
that's
have dinner with your little babies. And
thank you.
we want to thank you all. And Lynn, are you going to put the next one in the chat? The next one we have is going to be, it's quiet spaces, both walls, ceilings, and tiles, acoustic. So we will see you next month. And we want to thank you. Have a really good weekend.
Thank you so much, Celine. Thanks for having me.
It was great to have you.
Oh, amazing. Thank you.